Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Please feel free to like and comment. Commenting is very special to me because it really makes my day. And actually it's now my birthday. So, and then to all my longtime subscribers, thank you so much for being here for the long run and supporting me. Today I am going to address something that I feel like I need to address because I think there's some confusion with Reiki. I want to, first off, better explain Reiki, but I also want to explain Reiki to religious or Christians because I have gotten some comments that were basically all quotes from the Bible, and I respect your beliefs and I wish you the best. I have no ill feelings about it. It's just that I feel like it's very one-sided, and maybe I can give you another perspective if you're willing to listen. A lot of it is very scientifical with Reiki, and I can prove that. So, and then also I have had one person tell me that I was calling out to the devil with our Reiki traditional, and the only word in English that can translate very well, I think, from Japanese is prayer. But it is basically something asking for protection, and I call out to Jesus, and it is also to pay homage to the ascended Reiki masters of the past and the Reiki master teachers right now, and just in general it is to pay homage and to it's a tradition. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and I just realized that I missed my introduction, so I wanted to make sure I put an introduction in there. So here's your introduction, and here I go. Okay, so I'm going to read to you my Master Reiki Teacher's handbook that she gave me for level 2. And I will put her Instagram in the description. Okay, so this is basically how it explains how it is energy, and it is scientifically proven. So I'm going to go through, and some of it I may repeat because we want to make sure that it's understood and that it, kind of clicks. So I'm just trying to get comfortable while reading this here. Okay, so, the universal life force connects all living things together like a vast ocean. As droplets in this ocean, we are communicating with and are connected to all other droplets in this ocean on an unconscious level. Similarly, every cell in the human body has its own individual position and responsibility. Let's repeat that. Every cell in the human body has its own individual position and responsibility. However, each cell is also unequivocally connected to and is unconsciously communicating with all the other 50 trillion cells in the body. So let's repeat that too. However, each cell is also unequivocally connected to and is unconsciously communicating with all the other 50 trillion cells in the body. Deepak Chopra, I hope I'm saying his name right, but I am a big fan, and he is a scientist. In his book, Quantum Healing, which I will be getting and reading, also talks about how the entire universe is connected. He explains how particles that are separated by immense distances of time and space know what one another are doing. So let's read that again. Particles that are separated by immense distances of time and space know what one another are doing. When an electron, for example, jumps into a new orbit on the outside of an atom, and the anti-electron or positron paired with it must also react no matter where it lives in the universe. Each particle in our universe has an intelligence that communicates across time and space. So let's reread this. When an electron, for example, jumps into a new orbit on the outside of an atom, the anti-electron or positron paired with it must also react. Sorry, I was looking at my time. So, when an electron, for example, jumps into a new orbit on the outside of an atom, the anti-electron or positron paired with it must also react no matter where it lives in the universe. Each particle in our universe has an intelligence. Each particle, okay, has an intelligence that communicates across time and space. So I'm going to give you one example that he found. Scientists studying the behavior of monkeys on the coast of Japan noticed one day a particular monkey had begun dipping his sweet potatoes into salt water before eating them. Shortly afterwards, they found all the monkeys within the colony were also dipping their potatoes into the salt water. So one monkey started and the colony followed. But then the scientists assumed the monkeys were just copying each other until they discovered monkeys in other parts of the world had begun dipping their potatoes into salt water. Also, the monkeys were communicating through an unknown intelligence across time and space. The scientists labeled this intelligence communication Morphic Resonance. So if you want to know more about this energy and how we're all connected and how the atoms and the particles are connected and how it is possible that we can help each other through energy, you may want to look up Morphic Resonance. So they give another example, which I'm not going to read right now. I want to give an example and go into some other things. Okay, so basically the person, and bless you. I have no problem with what you put. It was just a bunch of Bible quotes. However, it kind of felt like I was being told that I'm going against the Bible and I am messing with evil. I don't know how that's possible when it is just a scientific fact that we are all connected. And we react, and the particles react and through time and space. Doesn't matter where you are. So Reiki is that practice, and that's why I do the videos that are distance, because the particles, the meditations, the things that I do to help people meditate and stay and calm and relax, they can exist through time and space, through the atoms, the particles, and that morphic resonance. Okay. Another thing is meditation is good for you. And let's look that up quick. Okay, so it has been scientifically proven that the mental health benefits of meditation include better focus and concentration, improved self-awareness and self-esteem, lower levels of stress and anxiety, and fostering kindness. Meditation also has benefits for your physical health, as it can improve your tolerance for pain and help fight substance addiction. Okay, so basically right there, some people, and you may hear this a lot, have a hard time meditating. So the other factor with Reiki is that we help someone to meditate while we use what we believe we're using energy, our focus, and we're helping someone to meditate, because a lot of people, especially in Western civilization, cannot calm their minds, cannot meditate, and meditation is very good for you. And if you can't do it, I don't see what it hurts to have someone help you. I know for the longest time before I became a Reiki practitioner, people told me to meditate more to help with my mental health issues, or, things like that, or anxiety, basically my anxiety. And I couldn't do it. So when I turned to a Reiki practitioner who happens to be my teacher, and I decided to become one, she helped me to be able to do that. And it really helped my life. So meditation itself, if you can do it on your own, it's a good thing. But if you need someone's help, or you feel better if someone is helping you, then I don't see any harm in that. I don't see that I'm an evil person. I don't see that I'm going against God, because the health benefits of meditation are so great that I don't think God... I know in my heart that Jesus and God love me. And like I said, I respect if anybody doesn't believe in religion or spirituality or a God or whatever. Yes, I do take a lot of information from other religions and practices like Buddhism and Hinduism, because they have a lot of very insightful ways of meditating and insightful quotes for living, just as the Bible does. However, that doesn't mean I put the Bible second in me personally. Now, another Reiki practitioner may feel completely different, okay? So that is the benefits of meditation and what we are doing when we meditate. Now, the third thing that I could see someone getting misconstrued, and I'm just going to take a drink of water here quick. Okay, so misconstrued is our traditions. Now, it is started in Japanese. The man who started was actually a Christian. If you're interested in the story of how it came about, I can make another video about that, but I want to stay on topic here. So it is tradition. Now, when we start a Reiki session and when we get to a level 2 and up, and we use symbols and we say a prayer. Prayer is the only word that I can really think of in English to describe it. You have to understand that there is a difference in Japanese language and English language. Some things, I speak quite a bit of Spanish and I speak a bit of Italian. So there are things in Spanish that I have trouble trying to translate in a way that someone who speaks English would understand, and vice versa. So you have to understand that in Japanese, when we say this prayer, it is more so, it's like we are asking or praying for guidance to help this person. We are praying for them. I say Jesus because that's what I believe in. I can't speak for everyone. My prayer does change from time to time because I'm a newer Reiki practitioner. But it is also paying homage when I say I call out to, or it's basically paying homage to the ascended and more experienced Reiki practitioners who pass down the knowledge from teacher to student. And symbols are used in all kinds of things, okay? And symbols change meanings throughout time. So it's just tradition. It's something that we use. And another example of this is I took martial arts for quite a while in my younger years, like early 20s, and a little bit as a child. So there are traditions in the type of Japanese martial arts, which was, I took Shorei-ryu. There's traditions in that form of martial arts that may vary from Korean martial arts or another form of martial arts or Taekwondo. But people don't think of that as evil. They see it as a sport, or, they see it as something else. But this is kind of the same thing. And also people who do yoga for exercise don't realize that in Hinduism, it is actually a much deeper thing, and it helps with prana, to strengthen your prana, which in prana means life force in so many words. It may not be exactly the same, but it is very similar, or it is the same. Prana is basically a life force, and yoga and other things that they do as their traditions helps their life force. So when you do yoga as exercise, you are taking on a tradition of another religion or spiritual practice. I would say probably more of a spiritual practice, maybe. But that's okay. You could be a Christian and you can do that, and that's okay. So I'm trying to show here where there is a bit of contradictions and hypocrisy. And I don't mean that as an insult to anyone. It's just I'm really trying to make people understand that Reiki is an alternative therapy. And a lot of the things that other traditions do, like Buddhists and Hindus, it is all to improve their health and to be happy and to be good to other people. And I do not see that as something, and they do not deny that Jesus existed. I've studied a lot of things, and one thing I can say is they do not deny that Jesus existed. So, their beliefs are that of being good to others, making yourself the best that you can possibly be so that you pass down to your lineage, your children, good things. And I don't see that as evil. I don't see that as evil at all. What I do find that is hypocritical and could be considered evil, some people may take offense to this, but judging something that you know nothing about, or judging someone that is just trying to help people. This is not a religion. It is not witchcraft. I grew up Catholic, and I still believe in Jesus. I go to a non-denominational church, and I have to say that I personally, whether anyone agrees with this or not, if you're an extreme Christian or Catholic, whatever, there's a lot of messed up things in our history, which is not God's fault or Jesus' fault. But I mean, the Salem witch trials, the whole reason why the Lutheran denomination exists, people in the Catholic Church only allowing certain people like priests and higher ups to be able to read the Bible and understand it, and taxing people and being in charge. It is hard to fully, believe everything that has been passed down through it. And that's just my personal opinion. They got to say, whoever said this comments, they got to, I think someone reported their comments actually. I have some loyal subscribers. But they got to say their scripture as if I'm evil and I'm doing wrong. So I'm sitting here trying to show you that's, maybe you should look at some of the hypocrisy. Or you can just change the channel. I have no problem. It's not about, I think when you're being judgmental, that goes against one of the 10 commandments. And I also believe that God loves me and he looks at our hearts. And the fact that I'm helping people and people tell me I'm helping them mentally every day in a world that is getting very hard, and that we're spreading love and mental health, I believe I'm not evil. I'm not spreading evil, and I don't believe Reiki in general is evil. I don't believe most Reiki, as far as I know, most Reiki practitioners are not evil. So, that is, my idea of it. Because there was a part of me when I tried it that kind of questioned it, but with research and knowing that science is proving things and looking at, more than just one spectrum, I found that you have to really be open. You can't just live in a box. You have to be a little bit more open-minded. Reiki may help you, and I really don't want to offend anyone. And I really don't want this to start getting me, I don't want this to be problems. I would think that if this is, I don't want this to be problems. I hope that you're blessed, and I wish you the best. And I hope that some of the things that I said, and I hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, one more thing that I actually wanted to look up. I can go further into this, But I was reading, and I was informed by a friend who found out I was doing Reiki, and she was reading the Bible, and she found something in it that may pertain to and explain or help understand too. So let me just find it really quick, okay? Alright, so I don't have a Bible with me, and I apologize to anyone who is not a Christian, but I just wanted to mention something that I read. So, this is Corinthians. This says, I don't have a Bible with me, so 1 Corinthians chapter 12 in the New International Version. So, 1, now about the gifts of the Spirit, brothers and sisters, I do not want you to be uninformed. You know that when you were pagans, somehow or other you were influenced and led astray to mute idols. We are not worshiping any idols in Reiki. FYI. Therefore, I want you to know that no one who is speaking by the Spirit of God says, Jesus be cursed, and no one can say Jesus is Lord except by the Holy Spirit. So this is talking about Jesus being Lord, everything like that. Let's get into the spiritual gifts here. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. Different kinds of service, but the same Lord. It's going numbering here. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them and in everyone, it is the same God at work. Now to each one, the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. To one there is given through the Spirit a message of wisdom. To another a message of knowledge by means of the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another gifts of healing by that one Spirit. To another miraculous powers. To another prophecy. To another distinguishing between spirits. To another speaking in different kinds of tongues. And to still another the interpretation of tongues. All these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and He distributes them to each one just as He determines. As you see in here, it says, to another by faith, the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by that one Spirit. Healing is what we are trying to do. We are trying to help heal people with alternative therapy. Okay? So I hope that you can disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. And it's perfectly fine, for you to go and believe what you want, or even if this wasn't enough for you to understand, or you don't understand still, we can just agree to disagree and, love each other, care for each other, learn to be good human beings and help each other. And that's what I hope for. Okay? So in that sense, I'm going to end this video. And I wish everyone love and light, blessings, and I just really hope I explained this pretty well and that I didn't offend anyone. You're always going to offend someone, but this was not my intention. I just wanted to explain Reiki in a way that people may have not really understood it, and even for people who don't know what Reiki is, hopefully now you do, in a way. Alright, so good night, my dears, and I hope this video was somewhat relaxing, even though I didn't use the fluffy mic or whisper. My voice is a little raspy. But I hope you all have a good night and a great day. It is actually going to be my birthday in about 12 minutes. So happy birthday to me. All right, bye. Okay, so I thought I was done, but I'm not, guys. I forgot 2 important points also that maybe people misunderstand. When we say that we're cleansing a space or an area, it is typically it is something that was known or is done in witchcraft or Wicca, which I have no problems. Like I said, I do not. I respect whatever anyone believes in, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But here, when we cleanse, I have actually found I started burning more incense, and I also started to use crystals more. And the reason why I started using incense, specifically certain ones, and one I have information on, sage, it actually kills a lot of bacteria in your home, in your area. So maybe there's a reason why people thought smudging would get rid of bad energy. It's actually getting rid of bacteria. Whichever way you want to look at it. Here's something I found, and I can try to put the link. It's cvs17.com. Burning sage kills 94% of airborne bacteria, research shows. The burning of sage has long been a spiritual ritual, but new research shows it can have more benefits than you might think. The research shows that burning sage, also referred to as smudging, in a room for an hour reduced airborne bacteria by 94%. It also showed that the room stayed almost entirely bacteria-free for 24 hours. Actually, I didn't know that. I heard this, but I didn't know that. Some strains of harmful bacteria could not be detected for up to 30 days. Now I'm definitely saging my house. Sage user Natalie Allery says she notices a difference when she burns sage. If one of my children gets sick, we are not all getting sick. It seems to at least eliminate some of it once it is already in our house. And it lifts the energy. Allery says. Sorry, guys. You can feel inside you that there is something that just needs to be done, and opening the windows just isn't enough. That makes sense. I mean, the dust, the things that collect in and the bacteria that can just keep reproducing. Crystal Rock is a local store that sells sage. Fargo manager Susan Anderson says when people try it out and keep coming back, they come back and get the sage. They come back to get more sage, and they give reports about how much better they feel and how much lighter it feels. According to a holistic health website, other benefits of burning sage include repelling insects, improving mood, and reducing stress and anxiety, and improving intuition. It's also been linked to helping with chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Sanford Health dietitian Rachel Iverson adds that sage contains antioxidants that can support cancer prevention. And like I said, this is from cvs17.com, and I will definitely save the link here. And as far as crystals go, crystals are used in everything. They are a energy source. They are in our phones, computers, things like that. They do conduct energy, that has been proven. So does gold, diamonds. So therefore, the fact that they can conduct energy, hold on to energy, that can explain. Not that I'm saying it's just there's more science behind the reasons why people did what they did. So, now I'm done, okay? I hope that was really insightful. I actually find it insightful. I know it's not just sage. I know that certain incense or regular incense, as long as it's made of good quality, can also help improve and kill bacteria in your home. And now that I know this, I'm definitely going to be doing it more often. So I hope that you learned something. I did. All right. Have a good night.